G'day, and this is a video for the confused. This is a video and an explainer for people who would absolutely love to watch the Super Bowl but have no freaking idea regarding how the game of NFL works. Well, I'm here to explain it all to you without going into too much detail in approximately 10 minutes. Now, what you see in front of you is an NFL field. Every number that you see is a yard marker. The game is measured in yards, which is approximately 0.914 of a metre. Now, as you can see on the field, there are two teams. Down the bottom there is the Kansas City Chiefs, and up top is the Buffalo Bills. Coincidentally, these two teams played each other recently in the AFC Championship game. The Kansas City Chiefs narrowly won that game and are off to the Super Bowl in a couple of days' time to attempt a three-peat against the Philadelphia Eagles. And it will be a great game, and my aim today is to explain to you how this weird game works. So, a brief overview. What I am going to explain to you is that there are 4 quarters, just like there is in AFL footy. Each quarter runs for 15 minutes, and both teams have 3 timeouts that they can use per quarter. There is a play clock between plays that runs for 40 seconds to prevent time wasting. There are 53 players on each team, which sounds excessive, I know, but these plays are broken down into offensive, defensive, and special players, which we will get into. I'm going to explain to you the basic field setup, how the teams position themselves, how the game starts, what is a first down, second down, third down, what does 1st and 10 mean, what does 3rd and 3 mean. You might have heard these terms before. I'm going to be talking about punting, field goals, touchdowns. I'm going to be talking about 1-point conversions, 2-point conversions. I'm going to be talking intercepts, safeties, and onside kicks. And hopefully this will arm you with everything you need to know to not only watch but enjoy the Super Bowl. Now we're going to start with the beginning of the game. Now, as you can see, as you may be able to see, towards the top of the screen, at the 35-yard line, so between the 30-yard and the 40-yard line, there's a little red dot with a K next to it. That will be the kicker. The game starts when the team who nominates to kick the ball kicks the ball from the 35-yard line. As you can see down the bottom there are 2 blue players who, one of them will catch the ball, and the general aim of the guy who catches the ball is to run as far as he can until he gets tackled. And this is what it looks like. So Tyler Bass from the Buffalo Bills is going to get us started here. Big kick, and somebody from the Baltimore Ravens is going to catch it. He's going to run as far as he can before he gets taken down. Oh, just past the 25-yard line. That's where the Ravens are going to start their offensive drive from. So I'm going to explain to you positioning. So the game has started. I know the colours are a bit off here, but as you can see, the bottom of the screen would be the Baltimore Ravens offensive line. Now, moving from left to right, I'm going to briefly call out the names of the positions. Not going to go any further than that, but from left to right, we're talking about a wide receiver, offensive tackle, offensive guard, centre, offensive guard, offensive tackle, tight end, wide receiver, and behind the centre there you have a quarterback, and next to him you have the running back. So on the defensive side of the equation, moving from left to right, we have the cornerback, the outside linebacker, the defensive end, the defensive tackle. We have the middle linebacker, another defensive tackle, another defensive end. We have another outside linebacker and another cornerback. Followed behind, at the very end there, is 2 safeties. Their function will become evident to you later in this video. So let's just assume that that blue line there is where the Ravens guy got tackled. So that's where their first offensive drive will begin from, that area there. The centre will pass the ball through his legs to the quarterback, and obviously they're aiming to run the length of the field to the end zone to score a touchdown. But What they are trying to do initially is they're just trying to move the ball 10 yards to achieve a first down. So normally when you're watching on the TV, the yellow line will be the first down line, and the blue line will be known as the line of scrimmage. The team that is in offense has 4 opportunities, or 4 downs, to move the ball 10 yards to the first down line. So at this stage of the game, there are 11 players on the offensive side and 11 on the defensive side. When the quarterback receives the ball, he will either wait a few seconds to find a target, i.e. a wide receiver or a tight end, to throw the ball to. Alternatively, he may hand it off to the running back, who will try and gain as many yards as possible. When the quarterback hands the ball off to the running back, he is usually used as like a battering ram. And when the running back has the ball, he's trying to get as far as he can towards that first down line. And on some occasions, the quarterback will elect to run with the ball, which is also known as rushing. He will attempt to rush towards the first down line. So now the Baltimore Ravens offensive line comes onto the field, and that's their quarterback, Lamar Jackson, and they're going to begin their drive, so their first offensive play, from just beyond the 25-yard line. And what you're going to see Lamar Jackson hand the ball off to the running back, who's going to make it about a yard in before he gets downed. This will be called the second down. It's called the second down, and he made it 1 yard. He's got 9 yards to go to the first down, so it's called 2nd and 9. So we're going to see Lamar Jackson hand the ball off to the running back once again on the second down here. Let's see how far he manages to go. Hands it off. Ooh, he makes about a yard in there. Let's see what it's marked by the ref. So he's marked him about another yard, it looks like. They're up to their third down now, so they've got another 8 to go. So we're at 3rd and 8, and let's see what happens now. Lamar Jackson's going to take the ball. He's going to think a few seconds what I'm going to do, and he's going to rush the ball all the way to the first down line. So he gets a first down. So what happens if you've got to your 4th down and you've still got another 6 yards to the first down line and you're nowhere near your end zone, nowhere near a touchdown, nowhere near scoring? What happens then? So here's a great example. This is from the AFC Championship game. Buffalo Bills are at 3rd and 6. Quarterback Josh Allen tries to make a pass. Ooh, he nearly gets down there. He's trying to look for someone. He passes it. Ooh, that's ruled as incomplete, as the pass was not made. So they've blown their 3rd down. And now, because they're nowhere near scoring, they're nowhere near making a touchdown, they have to punt the ball away, which means the opposing team, being the Kansas City Chiefs, get to go on offense. So the teams switch over and the Chiefs will begin their next offensive drive. So what happens if you've at your 4th down and you're kind of somewhat close to your end zone? What happens then? Often, while watching an NFL broadcast, you'll see a line that says FG target line. So this line indicates the maximum range that the punter from the offensive team can kick a field goal from. A field goal is worth 3 points. And we return to the AFC Championship game where the Buffalo Bills are precisely in this position. They are about 40 yards from their end zone. They're at 3rd and 9. Allen's going to pass the ball to his wide receiver, Khalil Shakir, who gains about 4 yards here. Now this puts them at their 4th down. They're at about 4th and 5, and they're within field goal range. They're not going to just throw the ball away. They're going to get some points here. So Tyler Bass, the kicker for the Buffalo Bills, is going to come onto the field with the special team. And he's going to attempt to kick a field goal, which will be worth 3 points if he can make it. He lines up for it. Here comes the snap and the kick. And it's good. And the Buffalo Bills get 3 points. Let's go, Buffalo. Now, if you're kind of close on 4th down you can opt to do what Josh Allen does here. And he chooses to go past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders to score a touchdown. And at that time, the caller said that it was one of the best plays of the year in the NFL. Okay, let's talk touchdowns. Now here the Kansas City Chiefs, Kareem Hunt is going to grab the ball from Patrick Mahomes and he's going to make a touchdown. 6 points for the Kansas City Chiefs. And Josh Allen does not look too happy. And here we're going to have a 1-point conversion, which is a spot kick after the touchdown for an extra point, and it goes right through. Another point on the board for the Kansas City Chiefs. So here we're going to watch Lamar Jackson pass the ball at 10-yard line to Derrick Henry, who crosses over for a touchdown. He's an amazing running back, Derrick Henry. And the Ravens are going to try what's called a 2-point attempt. Instead of kicking the ball through the uprights, you're going to try an interesting play for a 2-point attempt whereby the team who have just scored a touchdown can take the ball from their 2-yard line and they need to make another touchdown play to get the extra 2 points. And as you can see here, the Ravens attempt it and the pass is incomplete and they do not get the 2 points. So if your offense is deep behind their own end zone and the quarterback gets sacked, tackled to the ground, this is called a safety. And AJ Epinez's team, the Bills, have just been awarded 2 points for that. So one of the last aspects of the game that I'm going to attempt to explain here is called the onside kick. It rarely happens and it's a very low percentage play. It happens always in the fourth quarter when it's close and a team that has just scored a touchdown is still behind by 8 points, which is the maximum that can be scored in any one play. Now, an onside kick or punt, it's a type of kickoff that's deliberately kicked short in an attempt by the kicking team to regain possession of the ball. This is in contrast with a typical kickoff or punt in which the kicking team kicks the ball far downfield in order to maximise the distance the receiving team has to advance the ball in order to score. The risk to the team attempting the onside kick is that if it is unsuccessful, the receiving team gets the ball and usually has a much better field position than with a normal kick. However, the onside kick has a low success rate, although its chances of success increase in a situation where the returning team does not expect it. In NFL, it's generally only seen late in a game when a team has just scored but is still trailing by 8 points or fewer and needs to regain possession in order to score again before time expires. This is usually pretty exciting. So this onside kick attempt happened in the Ravens versus Bills game, in the divisional playoff game. And here you can see that there are 3 conditions that must be met. Number 1, the kick must be declared. Number 2, the kicking team must be trailing. Number 3, can only occur in the fourth quarter. Here you see an attempt by the Ravens for an onside kick and they were unable to recover it. So I guess we've got to talk about flags real quick. Flags essentially are penalties. A flag on the play means that an official or the ref has pinpointed that a player has committed a penalty. This could be an offside ruling, a defensive pass interference, roughing the passer, general unsportsmanlike behaviour, intentional grounding, or holding, or a host of other penalties that are spotted by the ref. They usually result in a 5-yard penalty, sometimes even as harsh as a 15-yard penalty. If there is a tie at the end of the Super Bowl, a 15-minute overtime period begins. The referee tosses a coin, and whoever wins the toss elects either to go on offense first or defense. As an example, in last year's Super Bowl between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs, the San Francisco 49ers elected to go on offense first. They didn't score a touchdown. However, when the Kansas City Chiefs had their opportunity to go on offense, they didn't make a mistake. They scored a touchdown and won the Super Bowl. So there you have it. I have outlined in the most basic form that I could muster the very basic rules of the NFL. And now you can enjoy watching the Super Bowl just like anyone who's been watching the game for decades. I've made a couple of mistakes whilst recording this video. This is my first NFL related video that I have recorded. It did go a bit longer than I anticipated, and I made a few small errors in relation to the language and jargon that I used. None of it is a big deal, however, and if at any point you wish to revisit any of the rules or procedures, please just sort through the chapters. Also, feel free to leave me any feedback. That'd be great. But most of all, enjoy.